So doing the whole godly thing is cool and all, but I think there's a bias. Because in my reality, my family prayed and waited for God's provision to supply us. You see, being one of the youngest out of 11, I got the hand-me-downs, I got beat-downs, and I got ridiculed. I got laughed at school. And that's not cool, God. I got a bone to pick with you. Because I didn't choose this life. And I didn't choose this family. You planted me here. And ironically, my parents were busy planting churches, so my brothers planted fear. And being this young, you had to hold your own. And so many nights I wanted to run away and be on my own. And when you're part of a big family, you kind of feel boxed in. Living in the projects till we moved straight out of Compton. And to understand what we're doing is the older generation, they had their things. They had their church events, functions. I mean, they played volleyball every week. For my generation, we were left raised by the streets. So it started off as popping and locking and practicing dance moves. Little did we know that something cynical was going to evolve from these dance crews. Now, from the late 70s and into the 80s, there was poverty, there was AIDS, and there was drugs entering our location. And to understand is that there has to be chaos before regulation. So from house parties into the paddy wagon, and dance battles turned into stabbings. And with the whole blood and Crip influence so fresh, it was only right that we had to establish an affiliation that represented our city and our heritage. So we was blue ragging with the same team. And we started banging Crip before Crip walking was mainstream. See, we were the lost and forgotten, who knew the begotten. And all that did was justify all the trouble that we got in. Now, I don't condone the violence, but it's survival of the fittest. And if you ain't fit to survive, then that'll probably mean your existence. And the city trying to take their streets back. They're beefing up the police, taking back their streets. So all that police brutality steered my mentality to F the police. And as the set's getting over, we train up the young soldiers to take the name of the set into the next fold. But as I feel the old man in me creeping up, that treadmill of the street life gets hard to keep up. So between being shermed out, in jail, missing or losing work, it was at the expense of the family, the wife and kids who shouldered the hurt. So I did that dirt, and people on both sides got hurt. I cheated, I lied, but for some strange reason, God said, I'm going to keep you alive. And he said, I got children out of the streets, like the ones you banged with. And who better to give the gospel than to someone who speaks their language? So as I was walking out the streets without a care, I credit my church family, especially my parents. They interceded for a gangster to turn to a pastor. Now that's the power of prayer in Jesus' name.